This is your daily market review for Thursday, September 14th, 2023.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Thursday, September 14th, 2023. Hopefully you're having a great day. You are not getting too seasick from options expiration as it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. Again, a lot of us thought that we would see probably more down action, but after the close, you had China stimulus, you had the PPI, whatever. Market was pulled higher, in my opinion, just to knock people out. So on that note, got to sneeze. Never mind. Keep going. Yeah, we'll see. It's ChopX. We talked about early in the week that maybe the Thursday afternoon might be the best day to start reloading shorts completely. There we go. Got it out. And it was. So at this point, if you have any questions, leave a comment below. Hit me up if you want to join the Discord room. Link is in the description below. I appreciate all the love, support, the generous donation. Some of y'all are absolutely killing it, as I've said. Some of you guys are struggling. Struggle is real. But again, appreciate the struggle. Take the time to learn from it. Do not have to be the person who makes the same mistake a dozen times. Again, if you want to join the Discord room, links in the description below. If you're new to the channel, check out the YouTube channel. Awesome. Back to basics. Watch the videos on option expiration. I'm telling you, it's well worth it. Also, follow on Twitter. You guys know that deal. Check us out on our website as well, thetradingagent.com. Love it. Please read the books. If you click on the links, I think I make 3 cents, but whatever. Read the books. If you want to jump to Interactive Brokers, I told people I had an old account there. Haven't used it in a while. I'm going to be moving more money there because guess what? I don't trust Schwab. Some of these brokerages might go belly up. Use the back to basics, real estate information, all the fun stuff. And again, don't forget the Marcus link. If you're not getting 5.3% somewhere, high interest rate yields right now, you need to be getting because inflation is eating you alive. All right, Fed Watch tool. I'm amazed how people don't know this and they're like, oh, did you see the Feds are going to pause next week? It's like, well, use the Fed Fund Futures. This has been telling us there was going to be a pause for what seems like forever. Forever? Yeah, forever didn't seem so long. But you know what I'm saying? Like, this is going on. And people are like, oh, when's the next hike? I think someone was saying this today. Like, yeah, maybe not. No, I don't think there's a hike out there. Maybe, again, we're moving into the pause and then cut's coming at some point. Again, the market's going to do what it's going to do. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Bitcoin, seems to be oversold rally. Again, we talked about this. Like, I don't trust it. Oil. All right, this is what's getting interesting. Oil rising, right? Today's action, PPI, all the talk of oil prices causing inflation. Watch the action. Now, I'm not saying you can't get up into the 92 level, but I'm not shorting oil directly. I would short oil service because they look weaker as oil rises. And you'll notice this if you ever trade gold in the miners or certain sectors, material versus the actual exploration or driller or whatever, or miner. Watch oil. I don't know how much higher it can go, but I do love the short in oil and gas. Gas is oil and gas names. So let's get into the dollar. Oh, sorry, I wasn't even ready for it. It's like, stop it. You stop it. You silly. Dollar. We talked about, I said this a million times. I thought we were going higher. People go, oh, the collapse of the dollar's coming. It's like, well, if the dollar's going to collapse, there's probably going to be some other currencies that's collapsed. And usually before a currency collapse, it actually screams north. Having this debate with a lot of doomer and bloomers, boomer doomers. Yeah, boomer doomers. Older people are like, oh, dollar's going to see, the world's going to end. Blah, 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 blah. You know, old folks who are like blaming the younger generation. Again, we can have that debate somewhere else. But reality is the dollar's going higher. Like China will collapse before the U.S. does, in my opinion. Europe will collapse. So people will come back to the dollar, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the dollar will survive with strength. We don't know that, but we do know the dollar's going higher. So far, so good. We've talked about the volatility. The TLT, people go, well, the PPI came in higher. CPI, why are the bonds not going higher? Because maybe it's already priced in. Maybe people are looking forward. Remember, data that comes out is rear looking. Again, we like bonds down here with tight stops. It makes sense. Does it make sense to you? VIX. People are saying, oh, people are anticipating the end of the world. Well, the VIX ain't acting like it. Today's action, I honestly thought we'd hold here. Made another new low in the VIX. Okay, complacency is on fire. Keep it on. It just makes sense to buy puts. So give yourself time. Please stop playing weeklies. Don't do out of the money that you don't know. Ugh. So many people make the stupid mistake. If you're going to trade options, they trade them poorly. VIX said this gap would fill. SPY. Did a post earlier today, said somewhere in this like 450, 451 area. There you go. Is this a novice gap trap? Keep an eye on it. I don't think this is going to hold up, in my opinion. Q. Same thing. Chopping around, trying to hold the trend line. When's it going to break? IWM, we talked about holding the 200-day for now. Chopping around. I mean, this thing looks like crap. It's going to break at some point. DIA seems to get stuck under the 350 range, 351. So far, so good. Gold. Hey, Dan, when should I buy it? Wait for the Fed to pivot. Do I have to say it every damn video? Yep, I do. People are like, I want to buy gold. But wait. Now, again, it could chop around, but the best opportunity, straight line move, is going to be when the Feds pivot. Does this make sense? If it doesn't, go watch previous videos. I will literally record a video of a chat and I'll send it to you. But ultimately, it'll be like, leave metals alone. Silver. Oh, the silver spec is this and that. It's like, man, maybe we're due for a bounce. But do you not realize when the market gets absolutely pummeled and the VIX spikes up into the 50s, silver is like a lead balloon getting dropped into a lake. It couldn't go faster and lower. Do you really want to step in front of that? Do you? No, just let it play out. Miners, we talked about the miners leading down. They've gone nowhere. Nowhere. They peaked in May, right before the materials. And then what? GDXJ, same thing again. All these names, if you really want to trade them, good luck. I mean, you get your dollar, son, if that's what you really want. AG, nowhere fast. AEM, stuck. I mean, all these names look like, all right, maybe they could bounce, maybe they could flop, but do you trust them? I don't. That's the thing. It's like, if you don't trust the trade, why would you be in them? Newmont, we've said this thing should be holding these levels. So far, I mean, it is. I mean, you could argue W bottom. Maybe it gets up to 40. I mean, I don't know. PAAS has been just absolutely bludgeon. Just chopping around. These names are so hard. So when something's hard, move on. Taiwan Semi, we've talked about this and holding the 200-day chopping around. It's just a matter of time before this gets beaten. Micron, if you're shorting up here, patience. Look at this. Novice gap trap. Multiple days. I can't tell you when it's going to fail, but this is like whew. Deep breaths. Define your risk. Easiest short ever. That simple. Got it? Good. AMD, we talked about buying this in the 100 range, rallying up to the 50-day. Now it's in between swing points. Let it flop. NVIDIA. Do you really trust semis when NVIDIA can't get off? I mean, I don't know when the next headline of the CEO selling more shares, but everybody and their mom for the company selling as many shares as fast as they can. OPEX, CHOPEX. Just watch. See what happens. Intel, if you hit the 40 short on this one, booyah. Look at that. Like booyah, Jim. I guess you could call this go Jim Cramer style. Booyah. Let's redraw it now because clearly, ding, 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 ding. Now multi-day chopping around. Even with the market up today, look what it's doing. Whole lot of nothing. SMH. Same kind of thing. Chopping. Professional gap. Chop. I mean, this is the thing so hard about trading. If you don't understand how chop works, what are you doing trading? It's like, do you trade the 10-minute? Does it ever chop? No. Adobe. What's it doing? After hours, it's flat. They had their earnings. Basically flat. But here we get. Hit the 1618. I think it's toast. Apple. Toast. But again, can it hold here? I mean, it just goes from 189 down to 175. And people are going to go, oh, it's bullish. Is it called reloading? Is a downtrend only one direction the whole time? Patience, because it feels like it's about to break. Amazon, if you shorted today, all day held up. Then at the close, dink, posted earlier, watch. It's probably going to be a doji. Oh, but why does this area matter? Zoom out. Ding, 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 ding. You know it. You know how this works. Support equals resistance. Let's see what happens. Now, could it go a little higher? Of course, they could trap out. They could bull trap and make a new high and get people all bullish and then pull the rug. CRM, we talked about shorting up here post earnings. This area makes sense. Just be patient. Guggenheim, the GOOG, riding the lightning as we call it, riding the upper channel bound. Keep an eye on it. Meta, I like these names for shorts. This one's a little harder. I don't really have a short on this in my mind, but I mean, if it gets up into this, I don't know. If you see a 320 handle on it, I guess 319, that would be the easy one in my opinion. Let me know, let me know if you got any questions as we're going around. Microsoft, here we go, getting up into our little zone. Not surprising. NDAQ, I saw this one basically down all day and then it rallied into the close. It's like holding on. It was a XDiv trying to hold on. MicroStrategy again, chopping around. I think this, I mean, it's not really showing you much love. This 100-day at some point will break, and then here comes lower prices. Netflix and chill. If you shorted up here, high five, leave a comment in the video. I'm genuinely curious who else has shorted this, because again, it was a thing of mastery. I'm going to remove that trend line. It don't matter no more. But look at that. Complex head and shoulders. 2 left shoulders, 2 right shoulders. Kapow. Roblox, we talked about. Dead cat bounce would get squeezed at some point. And then what? Goodbye. Well, it came right back to the bottom. Leave it alone. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, 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 chop. Tesla. Hit the upper, breaks, hits the trend line, hits our upper bound. Again, is it going to break out? I don't know, but it is an easy short with tight stops. Does this make sense? Why stops are your friend? Letter X. All right, here come the China names. Whee! Going nowhere. Nucor got a nice little bounce today. Okay. Cool. Caterpillar. Oh, God. Scott, get the fuck out of here with Walgreens. Are you really that egotistical that you need to interrupt my video to tell me about Walgreens? I don't care. We had this rant. Jeez, it's sad. Caterpillar. We talked about M-Top. Well, look what happened with ChopX. Rally. Yeah, sorry. Get out of here. No one cares about Walgreens. Jesus Christ. Look at this little M-Top. Now, here's the hardest thing sometimes, right? Look at the past. This is what I was telling people. Like, trade around your position. Have you not seen this before? Yeah, you've seen it before. And if you don't trade around, that's okay. But give yourself time. Like, don't sit here and go, well, it's going to collapse tomorrow. Because the reality is, does it always? No. VALE. Interesting again. China, stimulus. I mean, I wouldn't really want stimulus. I guess they did throw money into the market. But they did throw money, and they did a reserves 25 basis point cut. Which, again, I mean, people realize, like, how good is China? Oh, they just have to continue to cut. Try to hold the economy together. Remember, their unemployment rate for people under 25 is, I think, 51% now. Okay, keep an eye on this. Again, I mean, material names were due. Here you go. Arrow. We've talked about this name, like copper, leading down 200-day at some point. It looks like it's due. Man, I don't know. I think I want to block Scott's comments. He always talks about stuff that's just like, why would, like, you just talk to someone for hours and you're like, why would you do that? Oh, I got to do it. Here I go. I'm right. Yes, you'll be right sometimes, but is it worth the risk? I just don't get it. CCJ, blow off in motion, or uranium upside endlessly? It's tough. Let's take a deep dive real quick into the monthly. Looks good. You had the breakout and consolidation. Maybe we're getting close. Again, I don't really have a position on uranium. I thought it would flop because guess who, what's her name? Kathy Wood was buying it at the highs. She's pretty notorious for buying high and selling low. We'll see. CF. We've talked about these names. We love ag, but it's just going to chop around, and I think it's going to get some retests of the lows. Mosaic broke trend. Now bouncing back up, not surprised. All this is OPEX action, not surprised. And again, then you get the China stimulus, like perfect timing, guys. NTR chopping around. AA aluminum. You think this would be on fire? This thing has just been burned. We'll see. I mean, again, I think if the market does get flopped, commodities probably should hold up. The XLF. Interesting action today because, again, it opened, did a little, chop around, and then it just kind of chopped in the afternoon. 35, are they going for the round number? Are we going to go back to the retest of highs? Tough to know. We did talk about banks having some potential bounce, like especially JP Morgan. I thought 20-day was going to be good, but it's looking more like the 50. That's the original thought, was the 50 at some point here, and we didn't really get it. So do your own diligence on this one. These are hard sometimes because they, you go from 160 down to 140. People are going to buy, and then you have OPEX. Then you have, all sorts of things. Again, things that you can't control. What do we say? Like, you got to be really careful shorting things at lows, right? Well, here comes good old Morgan Stanley. Zing. We talked about this being a piece of junk. I mean, it went. And then W bottoms. Okay, now you're at the 200-day. What's next? 200-day. Again, like this feels very much like panic. Like panic action, right? We'll see if they continue. Goldman, I'm happy it popped. I mean, honestly, like we talked about, like I'd love to see it break the channel, but if you're going to short financials, it's better to short them on a pop. It's like Caterpillar. Like if you shorted today, it makes sense. If you're short on the lows yesterday, oh, headache. Carry, chopping, 20-day. Again, these don't really look that good. XBI, we talked about bios, dead. It just doesn't look right. Let's get into solar and then wrap it up with oil and gas. And then I'll stay on for the free mic. I'm not surprised that these names are chopping around here. We've talked about solar is just dead money. We'd love to see it pop, but it's not really happening. ENPH, dead. Sedge, dead. First Solar, we did talk about it hitting down here. Look at today, a little inside day with the market up. Once it breaks this 170 level, it's game over. HYG is interesting because corporate debt just did nothing today. Like a little doji. USO, now let's talk about oil and gas real quick and then end it there. Oil made a new high, hitting the 0.618. Let me see if this is the fib that I was thinking it would be. No, that's not it. Because that fib was drawn to there. Let's draw it to there. Again, I don't really even like charting USO that much. Just keep in mind, I mean, everyone knows the 90 level. 90s, everyone's talking about it. Just keep in mind, like, hopefully you have the sense now that you've been trading long enough that when you hear the market talk about something as a winner, it's awesome, it's great. Look at oil. You got to be thinking in your mind, oh crap, who's selling? UNG, again, going nowhere fast. Nah, whatever. XOP, again, if you shorted in the 154s, look at this thing. Like somebody was distributing, in my opinion. We'll see what happens. I mean, tight stops, easy. Retest. You bought the drip down in the 9. Shit, down. I got a 937. You bought a 940. It's still looking pretty good with that close. ExxonMobil, as we talked about, hitting the monthly trend line. Is it going to break out? I don't know. It's tough. That volume doesn't really confirm it, but we'll keep an eye on it. Oxy, trading in the good old Buffett covered call zone. He's probably reloading his covered calls at some point, selling them, if you know what I mean. PXD, this doesn't look strong. It's not holding up, it's holding up, but it's not like breaking out as oil goes higher. There's a lot of names that are causing a lot of, EQ2 is another one. Like, it doesn't make sense. Oil, gas, they don't really look like the drillers are not leading up, and they're being sold. When they're being sold into oil and gas strength, you got to be careful. All right, we'll end it with Flex LNG. I think we're a natural gas exporter, so at some point. All right, if you have any questions, please reach out. Again, I appreciate all the love, support, the generous donations. Join. If you need to move your money, just be prepared. I think there's going to be some brokers at some point that flop. Interactive Brokers, to me, has been stable, been around. If you have any questions and want to chat, Calendly link, 30 minutes. Let's talk about it. If you have any questions about any stock, leave a comment below, hit me up, reach out, and like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I appreciate it. And share this. If you watch this far, please share this. This is how you get people who really need this. When the student's ready, the teacher appears. All right, I'll keep the live chat going.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.